Thank you for coming here. And since you're here, I'm sure that you're thinking about how you can quit smoking. I quit smoking. I am successful, and I'm smoke free. And it's been about 6 months now that I've been smoke free, and I have quit cold turkey. It's very simple. I could quit cold turkey, and I'm smoke free. I'm smoke free for last 6 months, and it's been an up and down journey, but it's never been very tough. So I'm sure that if I can quit, I'm sure you can quit as well. And the target of making this video was to inspire you and tell you that all those websites that you've visited all this while, you've tried to read through multiple different blog sites to figure out what you can expect out of this phase. Well, I'm just here to tell you that it's not as tough as it seems. It is actually very, very, very satisfying. It's actually very easy. You just have to put your mind to it. So basically what I did was I concentrated. I wanted to quit. So that's something that you have to do. You have to figure out what is your motivation, right? So I always wanted to quit, and I worked towards it. I started researching, and just like anybody else, I read through a lot of books, a lot of blog sites, a lot of videos on YouTube. I did all that, and I failed. I mean, everybody fails, so you have to be prepared that you're going to fail, and you're going to fail badly. You're going to convince yourself that it's just going to be one more smoke, and it's just going to go on. That's the whole part of this addiction. You have to accept it, and you have to know that it's going to happen. But someday, I'm sure one fine day, you will be able to do it successfully, and you will be able to remain quit. So take this moment and just try to absorb this feeling that it's actually easy to quit. So how did I go about it? And why did I go about it? I mean, we all love to smoke, right? I used to love to smoke. And that's the part of the problem. I mean, if you always try to justify yourself that you love to smoke. There is no compulsion. You're not an addict. And the only reason you're doing it is because you just want to do it. So that's the mindset that you'll have to come out of, right? So that's the first thing that we need to work on, and that's what I worked on. So I kept on thinking, I kept on looking for ways of quitting easily. So there were nicotine gums. You get a nicotine burst in your bloodstream, and that keeps you going. So I tried that. What used to happen was there was this dependency on nicotine that remained in your mind. It's all your brain making you do it, right? So every time you go for a replacement therapy, that's what these are called, right? Nicotine replacement therapy. So you're actually keeping the desire in your brain alive, that there could be a chance where your body could get that nicotine hit from either a cigarette or a chewing gum or those mouth freshener type products. But you're never like trying to fight it, right? You're never fighting the urge, as they say. So that's what you have to start working on. So what I would suggest you to do is what worked for me. I went ahead and I stopped taking the nicotine gum in the final time that when I tried to quit. I didn't even take a nicotine replacement therapy. I just went at it at cold turkey. I didn't buy the cigarettes, and I stopped thinking about the whole point that I had cigarettes. I didn't have cigarettes in my house, or else I would have like ran to the nearest convenience store and got myself a pack, right? So don't we all do that? And that's how we fail, right? You just think, you convince yourself that it's going to be that one single drag that you're going to take, and it's going to solve all your problems, and then you're not going to do it. So I did that as well. There's no shame in agreeing to it. I went ahead and had that one smoke, which led to the other, and before you know, you're back at your own level. I used to smoke, at the point when I quit, I was smoking about 18 cigarettes, 18 king size cigarettes every day. And we're not even talking about the cost aspect here, because I personally never got motivated with the savings that I get out of not smoking now. I will come to that topic when we go into the videos where I detail out all the experiences that I had on a weekly basis. This is just a summary video to tell you that it's possible. It's possible, it's doable, I've done it, and you can too. So I had been smoking for about 20 years, right, before I quit. Every single day of my life, it just kept increasing. I mean, it slowly went up the curve and reached a point where I was smoking 18 cigarettes. That's close to a pack. I mean, some would say that I'm not smoking enough, but then again, that's not less, right? Even one cigarette a day is enough to cause cancer. Well, you don't think about all that, right, when you smoke. And that's exactly what I was doing. Haven't we all done that? I mean, we just don't care, right? We think that it's not going to happen to me. It's something that happened to somebody else. That's the general rule. But yeah, the day you start giving yourself that importance and you start giving importance to your life, I'm sure you will take that decision. So the same happened to me, and I tried, I failed, I tried again, and I failed again, and then I tried, and then I succeeded. So it's a very, very long process. You have to be ready for it, and you have to give it your best shot. You cannot just try it once and then let it go. Imagine the time you have given to let this habit form, right? So what should you do, you ask me, right? You should start. I mean, if you don't start, if you don't try, you are never going to be successful, right? So in order to be successful, the best thing that you can do is you can try. And if you try and you fail, you will still learn a lot out of it. That's the great part of this process, right? So it's a process. Just remember, it's a process, and it's not an overnight process. It's going to take time. So I think you never quit cigarette, right? So you'll have to keep convincing yourself never to pick up that cigarette again and smoke again. It could be a year later, it could be 10 years later, it could be 20 years later, but once a smoker runs the risk of always getting back to the habit. So that's something that you have to be careful about. So a few things that you need to think about. You need to think about when you're going to start, because you have to be at home for a few days. I would say that the first 2 to 3 days that you're quitting, it's better to stay at home. Better not to take the chance of getting irritated in the office with the work stress. So decide on that and take a leave from office if you need to, and stay at home. Get yourself stuffed up on a lot of junk food. I mean, this is the only time that I'll tell you that just let it go. I mean, right, you don't have to care about dieting. You don't have to care about healthy food habits. You just need to concentrate on quitting smoking, right? And the other thing that you need to do in this process is never think that you're trying to quit smoke, right? You're just going to take it as a challenge. You're going to see how long you can go without the next smoke. So I would suggest you to start it in the evening, because our body seems to slow down, contrary to a lot of other people who had told me that you should stop smoking early in the morning. But what I felt from personal experience was it works best if you do it at the end of the day. Have your smoke, just stop at around say 6 p.m, 6:30 p.m. and just don't smoke. Just see how long you can go about it. It will start counting. The clock will keep going, right? So it'll be an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, and then you'll sleep. And once you sleep and you get a good night's sleep, say 8 hours, you've already covered about 14 hours. So once you cover 14 hours, you've lost a lot of carbon monoxide from your blood, your pulse rate is normal, you're breathing properly, and then you just have to challenge yourself to go for the next 12 and then the next 24, and you just keep going, right? Set yourself targets. And there are a lot of apps that you can download which can help you track your time, how long you've been smoke free, and that really helps. It acts as a motivational factor, at least it did for me. I mean, you don't need to buy anything expensive. You don't need to invest in NRTs, nicotine replacement therapies. All you need to do is you need to have the will to quit. Alright, so why wait? I mean, just go for it. I mean, there's no right time to do it. Just plan it for this weekend and go for it. I mean, I would say that you just start the very next weekend that you have in mind. So take your Saturday, your Sunday, a Monday and a Tuesday off from the office and just go for it. I mean, go at it full force. Just see where you fail, if you fail, and then you know at least what your weak points are, and then you can avoid it the next time you try. So yes, I would say just go for it. and let me know on the comments below how it worked out for you. And there'll be a lot of videos that I'm going to upload in a quick succession, each day talking about a different experience that I had. I'll start with the first week, the first few days, the first month, and the next month, and how the cravings died off. Or did I even have cravings? How did I manage to not have cravings when the whole world is going gaga over the cravings that they talk about? So yeah, we're going to talk about all these things in our next videos to come. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and if you've loved the content that I'm sharing right now and the content that I'm going to share in the future, I would suggest you to like, subscribe, share with all your friends and family. And you never know who would be in need of this guidance, who would be searching those blogs and going crazy about how they're going to manage when they quit smoking.